Good evening. My name is Pritz. I've had the privilege, as Mr. Phillips said, to teach most of these seniors since 7th or 8th grade. I've taught them logic, rhetoric, and biblical studies, and it's hard to explain just how meaningful it is to be here in front of you guys and to hear Hannah and Gracie speak the way that they did. Well done, guys. I was both excited and surprised when I was asked to be your graduation speaker. I was excited because I didn't have the privilege of having you all in class this year, so I hope my words today in some way can make up for that. I was surprised because I forced you to read roughly 1,500 pages of scripture and other ancient text over the last 6 years, and I know that made for some sleepy and rough Monday mornings for some of you. I've had the privilege to experience countless roundtable discussions, debates, essays, and speeches with you. These conversations in class are truly why I believe teaching is one of the most meaningful careers. I've listened and learned from you all in ways that I know you do not realize, and I sure don't say enough. It's been an honor to teach you all, to see you work, to have victories and failures, to watch you fight through adversity, to push yourselves to show up and to do the work, to push away the negativity and the cynicism most of the time that creeps in during your senior year. So it's my honor. Thank you for letting me speak to you. As all of you here today know, this is a wonderful group of students. They're witty and creative, they're critical thinkers, they're problem solvers, and they're definitely reformers. They push the line, they push each other, and they even pushed us teachers. But they chose to lead the rhetoric school well this year. And for that, we appreciate you. And I know I speak truthfully on behalf of all of your teachers. We're so proud of you guys, and we're gonna miss you. But the season has come to an end, almost. A new season is beginning. Well done, seniors. You've made it, and what you've accomplished is no small feat. I admittedly cannot remember who spoke at my graduation. I can't remember where we ate or what we did the next day. However, there are some things I can remember about high school. There are more specifically, some people I can remember. I can remember one of my coaches, Coach Beach. He had a particular profound impact on me, so much so that I still keep in touch with him almost every day. I vividly remember his voice in high school, in my head, celebrating my victories, and in my failures, not making excuses for me, but saying, "You are better than this, Pritz." He pushed me to places I never thought I could go, and for that I'm grateful. I can remember my literature teacher, Dr. Foster. She had no fancy teaching methods, but her kindness, her care, and her patience for me means so much, and they're still tangible and lasting. I can remember as a senior leaning against the fence by one of our fields, deciding what to do for college, and our athletic director easing my mind by reminding me that where I go and what I do will not define me, but rather who I choose to be in character will. These people have become forever present in my life, and I reflect on them often. As much as education is about content and curriculum and assignments and presentations, I believe the lasting impact is the specific people who have poured into you. Much of what I pray you reflect on years from now is the individuals who have chosen to invest in you, who have given up time and resources for your education, and most importantly, have prayed and prayed and prayed for you. I estimate that you spent over 2,200 days in school. So yes, you're the ones who sat in the classrooms, you're the ones who completed the assignments, but your teachers and your parents, they also showed up for you. Day in and day out, your teachers choose to invest in you. They chose to make you read and write and think and talk, even if we're forcing you to make you work out complex problems, to make you ask questions again and again, and to make you edit and edit and edit. Day in and day out, your parents, who are here because of you, tonight. They changed your diapers, and I'm the father of a 2 and a 5-year-old, so you need to say thank you to them for that. They drove you where you needed to go. They packed you lunch. They brought your lunch to school because you forgot it. They helped you with your work. They went to sporting events and plays. And they prayed and prayed and prayed for you. While you are the one graduating today, you are the one walking across this stage, your education is not only yours. Your education is an inheritance and a gift. Your education here at Veritas Christian Academy is not the end of something. It's only the beginning. The foundation has been laid. The canvas has been primed. The process of choosing how you will live is largely up to you. What you do with your education is up to you. Your education is more than a diploma, it's more than a cap and gown or a GPA. Your classical Christian education is meant to sow in you, even if still a tiny germinating seed, the virtue of strong character, wisdom, love of truth, curiosity, and a hunger for purpose and meaning. So if your education is a gift, then it begs a few questions. What will you do with this gift as you move on from these walls? How will you respond? How will you honor this academy and these teachers and your parents and your family, and most importantly, God who created you and endowed you with every gift and ability that you have? So it's time for you to choose what kind of person you will be. And the world is desperate for individuals to be strong in character and courageous in virtue. The first century Stoic Epictetus said this: "The chief task in life is simply this, to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals, not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I control. Where do I look for good and evil? Not to uncontrollable externals, but within myself to the choices that are my own." The fact is, seniors, that you will not have control over many factors in your life and in your future. Not as much control as you think. One thing we know to be true about the world you are venturing out into is that change will come. According to the experts, the average person entering the workforce now will change careers 5 to 7 times. This means that people, locations, plans in your life will be rapidly changing, sometimes for the better and sometimes for the worse. However, in each and every moment of your life, through trials and triumphs, through pain and health, through success and failure, you always retain the power to choose how you will respond. And I believe that a life well lived is one in which, despite what happens to you, despite what is out of your control, you always choose truth, goodness, and beauty. So first, seniors, seek truth. One of my favorite weeks of the school year is senior thesis presentation week. What I love about it is that we get to watch you seniors stand up and present something that you've worked so hard on. Some of you spent 2 years or more researching, writing, and editing your thesis. And I know the struggle that working on a project like that can be. That's why I love watching it. I love watching you stand up there, somewhat suffering as you try to speak. It's the culmination of your education. It's a culmination of so much hard work. And presenting that project is a process of seeking and presenting the truth. It's a choice to seek the truth, to write the truth, to speak the truth, and to stand by your words, and that is no small task. In the age of social media, you are sold a lie. And that lie is that you can and therefore should present yourself in any light, whether it's true or not. In the age of AI and ChatGPT, you are sold another lie, that these technological innovations can and therefore should be used to do thinking, writing, and creating for you. If you're going to leave here and choose truth, you must reject lies like these. While the world may tell you that you are above the truth as judge of reality, this is a delusion. According to our tradition, truth begins in humility. Truth begins in faith. When you experience the world in humility and faith, you will see the world as a gift from God. And when you do that, everything becomes an experience with God. When this happens to you, your soul finds that rather than being at odds with existence as illusion and deception, you are truly able to be at home in the gift of life given to you by God. And in that, you can be free to live in the truth. And as Christ taught, the truth will set you free. So seniors, if you are to live well in this changing world, you must choose truth. Secondly, seek what is good. Marcus Aurelius said it this way. He said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. You must choose what is good, even though it will be hard. Another aspect of our culture is convenience and ease. But the common adage is true. What is good is always hard. As you take your step out of this building and into the world of your pursuits and your goals, do not expect an easy path, and don't even seek the easy path. If you're going to pursue something you are passionate about and that you believe is good, the path will be hard, but don't let that stop you. The psychologist Angela Duckworth calls this resilience in the pursuit of your goal grit. Grit is what picks you back up after you have failed. Grit is the voice inside your head that tells you to keep going even when you are tired and frustrated and you want to quit. Grit is what allows you to see the light when everything around you is dark. And I promise you this, and you need to know this, that you, if you dig in, you do have grit. And you are a lot stronger than you realize. I believe a life pursuing what is good, though it is hard, is the most meaningful path of life. As Christians, we have Christ as our example to follow. Christ went the way of suffering as he pursued the highest good, salvation of the world. So as we suffer for what is good, we are participating in salvation through Christ. So seniors, if you are to live well in this changing world, you must choose the good but hard way. Thirdly, seek what is beautiful. The great Russian writer Dostoevsky said that beauty will save the world. Beauty is what makes something stop you in your tracks in awe and reverence. Beauty is what causes you to wonder about the mystery of God and life. What is beautiful points you to something higher, something your soul truly longs for. Contrary to beauty, much of our world does not point us to something higher than ourselves. Seniors, selfishness is not beauty. Pride is not beauty. Greed is not beauty. Ego is not beauty. True beauty causes humility and quietness and reverence, which in a world of noise, hurry, and anxiety is exactly what your soul is going to need. So seniors, if you are to live well in this changing world, you must choose beauty. What I'm saying tonight is what I have found to be the only true path of peace in this world. That is all I can attest to. At the end of the day, your peace will come from within. And it's dependent on you living genuinely in pursuit of these three values: truth, goodness, and beauty. Ultimately, it's time for you to leave this school. It's time for you to leave mom and dad. At times, this is going to be daunting. This is going to be overwhelming, but seniors, you are ready. Trust in your education, in your ability to think critically and creatively. Trust in your character, in your faith in God, and never, ever stop seeking God. Seniors, this speech wouldn't feel complete without some help from one of my favorite writers and thinkers. Do you know who? So I want to end by reading a short poem by someone you know well. His name's Wendell Berry. And this poem is as much for you as it is for your parents and your grandparents and your family who is here today. It's called The Peace of Wild Things. When despair for the world grows in me and I awake in the night at the least sound in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests and the beauty on the water the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting for their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free. Seniors, when you are anxious and worried, which inevitably you will be, turn off your phone. Go outside. Be with God. Talk to God. That may seem small and trivial, but I personally believe in silence and solitude you will find strength that you need to go forth and do wonderful things with your life. Class of 2024, congratulations. We love you, we really do, and we will miss you. The Spirit of God is with you. Go and be strong. Thank you.